Hi there, my name is Susie Whitford and I would like to teach you how to create infographics using free or almost free programs. I have used infographics to take my blog and drive more traffic to it because what it allows me to do is take existing content that works really well and then repurpose it into a visually attractive infographic or a more action-based infographic, which I'll cover in this as well, and get more traffic back to my blog post that I spent so hard writing and creating. So I want to show you 4 different programs that I've used over the years to create infographics really quickly and make them look professional without being a professional designer yourself. So the 4 programs that we're going to cover today are Google Slides, Canva, Piktochart, and my favorite, PowerPoint. But if you're more of a Mac person, I believe you can do this in Keynote as well. All right, so the infographic that we want to create today is how to train a 2-year-old, how to potty train a 2-year-old. So say, for example, you have this wonderful blog post that you wrote to help moms train their babies and get them potty trained. But it's not getting any traffic. The system works really well for you. You've applied it and used it with all 3 of your kids and they're potty trained by 18 months old or whatnot. But you want to share this with other moms, but nobody is seeing your blog post. And you can apply this to any kind of content that you're creating. So what I'm doing here is I'm breaking down that blog post into simple steps, almost taking the H2 headers that you already have in your blog post and pulling those out, making a step-by-step guide. And then I'm adding a little bit more of an action-based template to the infographic where I'm adding a little 7-day schedule. So think about your blog post. What can you pull out of it that's actionable for your reader? Something that they would like to print out, like to save, and like to use that will increase your shares, your traffic. And if you have an email sign-up form, you can have this as an incentive to increase your email list. All right, so for example, I'm using a very simple piece of content here, how to potty train a 2-year-old. The content that I have, I put it into a Word doc, or you can pull it out of your blog post and just pull out the highlights, the steps that you would like to use. So pretty much what an infographic is taking the essential steps of your blog post and then formatting it nicely. So it's just making this information look pretty. All right, so it's not going to be daunting. It's not difficult to do, and you don't have to be a professional designer. So what I did here in PowerPoint is I went to File, New. I had a slide. And then I formatted my slide in, I believe it's Design, Slide Size. I went to Custom Slide Size. And then here is where I selected the A4 paper size instead of the on-screen normal rectangle that you see. Also selected Portrait and Portrait on both here. And then I started to add my content here. So how to potty train a 2-year-old. All right, so I'm going to show you exactly how I'm creating this. All uppercase, bold. You can use your fonts that you have on your website to make a tie-in with your whole theme. And then always remember to have your website at the bottom or your blog name at the bottom. All right. So what we're going to do now then is the thing that I absolutely love about PowerPoint is the Smartart. So I'm going to take my information, my 7 steps to potty train your child. I'm going to go to Insert and click on Smartart. And then click on, I believe it's this one that I like. And I'm just going to copy and paste my information from my blog post into it. So you can format it a little bit if you want to. Have it look just slightly different, not all in the bubbles. You can add some indentation. All All right, and then the one thing that, or not the one thing, I like many things about Smartart. You can easily hover over the different layouts at the top and see which one works best for you. For this one, I do like this layout, but there are lots of layouts that you can choose from. So depending on how well it works with your data, you can choose something different. All right, for now, we'll choose this one. You can change the colors, and you can set this up to be the hex colors that you use on your website or blog. That can easily pull in and make it look more cohesive to your brand. And then I'm going to add in my 7-day schedule as well. So what do you do every day of the week to potty train your child? Of course, your infographic is going to have different data on it, but think about how you can break down your blog post into easy to process steps so your reader can solve their problem. All right, so we're going to do a process. And let me see which one I'm going to do. We'll try. We'll start with a process. We'll paste our data and see what it looks like. All right, that's currently our 7-day schedule. A little small, a little hard to read. So let's find something that is more well thought out. This one's nice. What we can do is hover over each one. And mostly what infographic creation is just formatting. All right, so I'm just going through and formatting the content a little differently so it's easier to digest by my reader. Wow, look at that nice fading. I like it. All right, so that's our 7-day schedule. That's our tips on how to potty train your child. We're going to add another title here. All right, and then to make these titles stick out, you can format them a little bit, change the font, and then align it to the middle. All right, we'll do the same for this one. Make it white, change the background color, align it to the middle, and then there you go. Now, you might be wondering, where can you get some flat icons and images to add to your infographic? You can see here on the sign, I have a program called Noun Project. And for, I think it's a small yearly fee, you can integrate Noun Project into Google Slides, into Microsoft programs, into Apple programs, and even into Adobe programs. So you can have this little add-on where you can search for anything, any kind of icon, and it will pop up here. So for this one, we're going to search for toddler, and we're going to get the little baby in a diaper. And you can also match it to colors that are in line with your brand. All right, so we're going to put our little baby icon here, make it a little bit more relatable to the mommy who's reading it. And just like that, you have a quick, simple infographic created on PowerPoint that you can share on your blog, which will get you more traffic, more backlinks, and more signups. So this is a quick way to do it in PowerPoint. Now, what if you don't have PowerPoint? What if you want to use a different program? All right, so let's revamp the same information and put it into Google Slides. So this is what I currently did on Google Slides. All you'll have to do is go to Google Slides, and it's all free. Go to Google Slides. We'll create a new presentation. And you can use one of the templates that they have here on the side, one of the themes. I like it. Sometimes it makes my creation process a little easier. So I'll just click on this Modern Writer one. Then I will File, Page Setup, go there, and I will select Custom. I'm going to make this 8 by 11, so normal page size. I'm going to add my title. how to potty train a 2-year-old. All right, I'm going to put that at the top. Add my blog name here so people know how to find me after they see my wonderful infographic. And I personally like PowerPoint a little bit more. It's easier for me to move things around. But if you don't have PowerPoint or you don't want to pay for the yearly Office subscription, this is a great alternative. So now that we have our titles on here, I'm going to insert a diagram. All right, so this is Google Slides version of Smartart. And the one that I would like to set in first is called Process. And it's going to be the circle one, as you can see in this example. But what you can do is you can choose a different color so it matches your theme color a little bit more. So maybe blue and pink, boy and girl, potty training, that could work. And then we'll go ahead and select that and drag it to the top. So these could be your 7 steps or your 5 tips on how to potty train your child. You can go in and change the text. You can change it all to white so it pops a little bit more. I wonder if you can select the whole thing. Nope. Nope. Text box by text box. All right. And then here at the bottom, we can have our 7-day schedule. So we're going to copy and paste this title. Okay, and we're going to insert this diagram right here, but I want it to be the pink. So I'm going to select that. It's a little bit hard to actually get it out of here. So first I'm going to move this around. I'm going to move this over here, then put this down, and then move it, all right, out of the way. It's a little bit harder to select things in Google Slides, but it still works really well. All right, and then I'll bring this diagram, whoopsie, all of it, back. There we go. All right. So we have our tips on how to train a 2-year-old. We have our 7-day schedule, and then you can set this up as day 1, day 2, and add your action items here below. All right, so this again would be a great incentive for people to sign up for on your blog to increase your email list so that they can download this, maybe put it on their refrigerator, maybe put it on in their work cubicle or whatever type of information you're creating. It's something that they want to print out and hold on and actually use, which is going to increase your email list and your signups. All right, so that is Google Slides. Let's go to Canva. So Canva is super simple. It's mostly free. There is a pro version, but you can do almost everything with the free version. So we'll just go and type in infographic. That's what we would like to design. And then it brings up multiple different templates already for you created. So you can just go through and select a great template that works for the content that you want to share. I have this one that I liked in the previous example. So applying for college is pretty much as hard as potty training a 2-year-old. 2-year-old guide to potty train. And then Canva does have icons. If you go into elements and graphics, you can search for maybe toilet, because we are potty training. They have some free icons and then some you can pay for as well. So we'll select this toilet because it is free and it works with our theme. You can delete the icons that they currently have there and place the ones that work better with your content. If the picture and the color doesn't match your brand, you can change the colors here. And then this one would be more simpler, just like the 7 steps to potty train your child. So it doesn't have all the additional information of the 7-day schedule, but this would make an amazing pin image on Pinterest where people would share this potty training 7-step solution, and then they would click through and come to your blog post and read more about it. But this is kind of like a little teaser of how to potty train your child, and if they want more information, they come to your blog. All right, so we have baby here. This one is good. Little baby. So I'm slowly going from PowerPoint, which gives you the most creativity and the most freedom to do whatever you want, then to Google Slides, where again you start with like a blank canvas and with no real infographic templates, to coming to a program like Canva that gives you already pre-designed templates, and you can just fill in the blanks and grab a couple of their icons, and then boom, bam, you have an infographic and a great pinnable image for Pinterest. And then lastly, I'm going to show you the last program that I like to use, which is almost done for you solutions. It's wonderful. All right, so this is what you do to create your infographic on Canva. You can then go ahead and put your blog name here. You can download it as a PNG file, upload it to your blog, and then share that image to Pinterest, because vertical long images do super well on Pinterest. All right, so that's how to do it in Canva. Now the last one that I want to show you is called Piktochart. So Piktochart, if I go to it, is an easy to use presentation maker or infographic maker. It's pretty much the only thing this website does is create infographics for you. They can create flyers if you have something that you want to do in real life, like a church event or a school event. They take your data and put it into a beautiful infographic. If you already have the data, you've gone through the hard part of putting all the information out there. Now you just have to format it and make it look pretty. So this is the infographic that I created in Piktochart, and this was all from scratch. What I wanted to show you in Piktochart is how easy it is to put in a graph like this. So I'm going to go ahead and save that one. Click on File, Create New. So you can either select a template. How pretty this is. So they have multiple templates, kind of like Canva, where you can just select one and go with it. Or you can create a new one. And I'm always kind of daring and want to create new ones. All right, so what I did to create this one right here is first, let's add that title. So we're going to add text. And just like Canva, Canva has different titles and templates for you as well. And so does Piktochart. So I'm going to go and find the one that I used before. This one. Potty train a 2-year-old. Okay, I'm just going to delete that. We're going to insert a little subtitle here at the bottom, myblogname.com, just so people can find me. And oopsie. What I like about Piktochart is that you can easily drag and drop and make your, or slide and make your slide bigger or smaller. So for now, we're just going to put it at the bottom. We might slide this down a little bit more. All right, so we have our title. Now I want to add just my high-level steps. And I have that from my data already. I'm going to copy my 7 steps, add it in here. Obviously, that's a little hard to read, so we're going to drag it out, put it all on the side, make it just slightly smaller so it's not so overwhelming. And then we are going to increase the line height. All right, voila, that is so much easier to read. All right, so now we have our 7 steps, we have our nice title. I want to add that chart that shows how with the percentage of kids that are potty trained by 18 months old, depending on the year. So I made up all this data, so don't take my word for it, but we're going to go to Tools, click on Charts, and I want to insert a bar chart because triangle is not going to work really well for that. I'm going to change my title. So it's Potty Training Statistics over the last 50 years in the USA. And I'm going to take my data that I put in Excel and I'm going to paste it here. Take this one away. There you go. All right, so you can see from 1950 to 2000, the percentage of kids that are potty trained at 18 months old is decreasing. So again, I made up this data just to show you how easy it is to put a chart and data into your infographic. And just a little side note, charts, infographics, anything where there is data that you're summarizing, these share really well. So you could either make your infographic be informative and helpful and an action guide for your reader, or you could create a chart and put that in it. And that is something that people love to share because they're like, oh, look at the summary of data. This supports the argument that I'm trying to make. So a lot of people like to share charts and graphs because it works well with the content that they're promoting as well. All right, so that's it for creating this infographic and Piktochart. Super easy. There are graphics that you can use, icons, lines, lots of very fancy things to make your infographics look pretty. So I hope this was a nice little teaser and quick overview of 4 different programs that are free or mostly free that you can use to create great infographics for your content. And again, infographics help you promote your content that you've already spent time creating, and it gives you a different method of promoting it. Infographics do really well on Pinterest, and the charts and the graphs do really well on social media outlets like Twitter and LinkedIn. So I want you to get more traffic to your blog or to your website. Make sure to take the content that you already have, repurpose it, and share it again so you can reach a wider audience. I hope that helped you. Thank you.